Well, it's very special. You know, this almost 2 years feel like big and not big. Some moments, if it looks like it was yesterday. Anyway, the orchestra is in top form. I think for everybody, this awful time is also sometimes good to refresh, to think, to appreciate how lucky we are to do music and to continue to do music. Because like all of us, I think there was some days where we wake up and thinking maybe we never can play in front of a public anymore, and maybe it's the end of everything. So the nightmare is not really over, but a little over, let's say, and no, it's very moving to be here. Yes, it's very impressive to do a cycle of Beethoven symphonies, because I started my first ones like 30 years ago, and I played like every symphonies with 2, 3, 4 different orchestras, some of them only once. I always dreamt to do it together. I watched cycle of Simon Rattle in Salzburg with Birmingham Orchestra, and I was so excited in the public even to watch this, and now I can do it myself. It's like a dream. The thing is, I'm used to do cycles. I've done with Musiciens du Louvre a Schubert cycle complete in Vienna, a Haydn London symphonies complete. So it feels natural now to do Beethoven, but these symphonies are all a marathon. Some are small marathons, some are big marathons. So it's nice also to see the time in your heart and in your brain, always giving you new ideas and trying to be very close to the original text and still being lively and expressive and personal, trying to be the lawyer of the composer, the lawyer, and sometimes the painter. Maybe you can feel that you paint his ideas through your expression, and this is, with Beethoven, so exciting. Symphony number 1. Haydn, maybe. Stamitz, maybe. Hummel, maybe. No. Beethoven. It's really already a big breath, a big crazy idea, a vision. So, supposedly a small symphony, but not so small. Eroica symphony, a cathedral, a mountain, an opera without words. The story of Napoleon Bonaparte, more or less, with fights, with honors, with death, with killings, with joy, with hunting, with anything in it. A real experience through heroism. Symphony number 2. A small symphony or the beginning of a big symphony? Yes, a big symphony, because a lot of structure, virtuosity, a crazy last movement, and something very fresh, but already quite crazy. 8th Symphony. Classic, yet mature. No slow movement, a sort of slower movement in the middle, but a lot of spirit. A minuet, which is the only minuet, because all of them are scherzos, quite fast, and a crazy last movement. Like Olympic is nothing to compare to this last movement. Now, Symphony 6 and 5. Symphony 6, Pastoral. Maybe the most interesting, the most complicated, the most fascinating, the apotheose of poetry, a vision of nature, of intellect, of rustic feelings, storm, rain, very adapted for rain season in Japan, I think, for the symphony. And the remember, for me, always of Fantasia of Walt Disney, and this piece conducted by Stokowski. For me, it's I cannot forget it, and I'm sure I'm not alone like this. Incredible piece. Fifth Symphony. Classical music is Fifth Symphony. If you speak to any rock electro player, you ask about classical music, he will sing pa 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 pa. So, but it's more than this. It's the fate knocking at the door. It's awful symphony, in fact, awful to play, because if you want to do what is in the score, is very slippery, very difficult, because there is like no weight, no preparation. It's like opening a door and falling, but you should all fall together. That's the thing. And last movement is like I don't know, an army of angels. Maybe it's a fight between good and bad. I think the force is with us when we play the symphony, and the good force, not the dark force. An adventure. You know, with Oeki, we did a complete Schumann symphony cycle. We did many different music, opera, Kurt Weill, French music. It's quite amazing that everybody knows so well this music of Beethoven, because sometimes orchestras knows one or two symphonies, but it's such a nice work we can do together because everybody knows the notes, the piece very well. And it's like playing chamber music. We can immediately work on interpretation because everybody is really well prepared and knows, and this is really important. And as usual in Japan, an incredible discipline, which is very helpful to work fast and efficiently, and a wonderful concertmaster, Abigail, who can also help everybody to translate the wishes of the conductor. It's like a president, a very good first minister. Good atmosphere. Good guests also from other orchestras. And not a big orchestra, but just big enough to make the contrasts and the importance of Beethoven incredible texture. My recent activities, well, there was some moments of nothing, like everybody. So I could concentrate on my career, my wishes, my horse riding, because it's very important for me. I improved a lot. I take many lessons. Horse riding is far from music, but sometimes very close also, because you have to communicate with somebody else, and instead of somebody's, it's a somebody. And that was a very strong moment for me during this long time. But actually, I hate recordings, but because of the situation, I did 3 recordings. Then I did Carmen in Bordeaux for the reopening of the opera in May. And because sometimes conductors were not able to travel because of quarantine, because of COVID suspicion, I was called to replace in Stuttgart with a radio orchestra 1 month ago. Very nice experience. And I was called also to replace with Israel Philharmonic in Tel Aviv 3 weeks ago. Incredible experience. That's a good thing about this period. Sometimes things you can improvise. And I was happy with this. But most important is also to be back with you in Japan. Even if the rules are a little hard to enter, I'm happy. Well, I would like to say to the audience who maybe cannot come to the concert because not enough seats, that we think very much about them, and I'm sure they will be able to come soon. For the ones who are coming, that I don't think I am able to make signings after the concert, which is so moving, extraordinary here. But you know, the rules are the rules. Even if I feel extremely well, and I am vaccinated, and I recommend everybody to get vaccinated just to have a better, easy life. I would say just believe in future.